Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Franzi back with another Genshin Impact video, and today I am going to be talking about 3 brand new events that have been data mined / leaked for patch 1.3, which, by the way, if you guys didn't know, that is literally like 2 weeks away. It is literally scheduled for like February 2nd or February 3rd, so patch 1.3 is on its way. It should be here faster than we'll even realize. But just want to give a quick shout out before I start that all this information is from @GenshinIntel on Twitter. He's amazing and just has a ton of information about stuff that is coming to the game. So huge shout out to him for all of this stuff. So first and foremost, the first event that I'm going to be talking about is the I guess the beginner or like thing I want to throw in first is the Lantern Rite event, which is basically just like the Chinese festival or lantern festival that they have like every year. I think, I'm sorry, I'm a little uncultured and an idiot when it comes to this stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's scheduled for sometime in February, and it's basically coming with Zhao, which, I mean, Zhao is coming like the 2nd or the 3rd, I believe, so I believe this event will come with him, and it kind of makes sense because one of the event items is called the Zhao Lantern. But basically, in this event, you craft Zhao Lanterns, and you use them in quests, which I'm not really sure how that works, but the event that I'm talking about is the Tower Defense event. And there's also a side thing that you can donate to some character in the game to advance the server-wide effort on building the, I don't really know what this is, but it sends like some building like a server-wide lantern that we're all working on. And then basically once we get certain donation milestones, the entire server, we unlock rewards for everybody. So in this event, you get 3 different materials, and then use all 3 of these materials to craft the Zhao Lantern. The lantern fiber you get from Fatui, any kind of Fatui harbinger, Jesus, any kind of Fatui agent or something like that, anybody in the Fatui basically. And then you get hilly churls to drop this, and abyss mages. So all of this will drop the lantern fiber, and then these shards, I'm not even trying to say that word, it's made up as hell, hopefully, I'm not an idiot. But either way, you get these shards from, it just looks like minerals, so I'm assuming anytime you mine. If not, then if they're not too specific on how you get them, but either way, I don't think they'll be too hard to get. And then you also need this wick material, which is dropped by also the Fatui, hilly churls, and abyss mages. So all those 3 drop both of these items, and then you can farm these from, minerals, rocks, wherever. But you combine all 3, and you can make a Zhao Lantern, which you need, I mean, I'm not sure the exact number, but you need a Zhao Lantern to even participate in the tower defense game. So you may not know what tower defense even is, so I'm going to give a quick little, show of what it is. Basically, on this little thing here, it's 2D completely. You have enemies that spawn on this pathway, and their goal is just to get to the exit, and your goal is just to kill them. And you place towers on, conveniently located or strategic places, and they just mow them down. So basically the whole point of the game is to kill things, get money, build or upgrade your towers, and it continues like that forever basically. So that is potentially what this is going to look like, though it is Genshin Impact, so there's no way this is going to be 2D. If it is, I'd be mind blown, but hopefully it's not. But I'm going to go into some detail about what the towers actually do. So as of right now, there are 3 different elemental towers that each have their own unique attack. And I'm not sure if these are exactly what they look like, but the first one is the Hydro Tower, which in this one it says Hydro Cage, so I'm assuming it will trap enemies in a certain area so they can't progress through the map, and then it will continuously deal damage to them. There's the Electro Bolt, which I'm assuming is just, a big old bolt that just kills everything. And then there's the Anemo Tower, which gives the enemies the suck, and I don't even have to explain how that could stop them, So there's 3 different towers, and these are the attack towers, I'm assuming. There could potentially be more, but as of right now, there are only 3. And there are some special effect towers, which are basically like passive towers that they boost the, attack or something of the other towers. And, there are 3 different effects for these as well. As you see, the first one literally boosts the attack of other towers, like I said. And then there's another one which increases building point regeneration. So I'm assuming that this game works where you passively get a income, I suppose, where you can eventually build or upgrade your towers. And if you have this tower, then it increases your passive income to generate points or generate other towers, basically, I think. I believe that's how it works. Now, keep in mind, that's my speculation. There's no, set in stone if that is right or wrong. And there is one more tower that teleports players, and this is a weird one that I'll talk about a little bit later, because there are some like leaked photos of maps, and the maps don't look too big, but it's kind of hard to judge, but we'll see. Anyway, there's one more thing, This event is up to 2 players that can co-op, which means it is optional. You can play this by yourself, or you can play this with a friend or buddy, and you can just co-op it. And the interesting thing about co-op is that there's the possibility where you can have like a hydro cage, like you could throw a hydro cage and your buddy throws like an electro bolt, and boom, you're generating elemental reactions and also slowing the enemy. So I think there's a lot more strategy and a lot more cool things you can do if you play this co-op. So I really like the fact that they added a co-op to this. I think it's a really cool thing that they did. But onto the teleport players thing, these are the leaked photos of the maps. Now, I mean, if we're taking this at face value, you know, this map looks hella small, right? All of these maps do. These are definitely not to scale. There's no, like, that doesn't even make sense. So I'm assuming these are a lot bigger, but either way, I don't see how teleporting from like right here on a map to like here would even benefit you, you know? I just don't see it. I don't understand what teleporting could even do, especially because in this tweet, he even says that your characters will be ineffective against mobs in this event. So it's literally just your towers doing damage. So there's no point for you even to teleport anywhere unless it's to teleport to build more conveniently or efficiently, I guess. I don't know. This really seems like a silly thing that doesn't really do anything, I guess. I don't really understand the point of teleporting, but you know, maybe I'll get it later. But these are what the map looks like. Apparently there's supposed to be 7 maps in total. A pretty standard thing in Genshin Impact events is pretty much having a 7-day event with 7 different things happening on each day. So it makes sense that there's 7 different maps, 1 for each day. That makes sense, and I think this is pretty cool though. That is pretty much the tower defense event though. It's really interesting because I really never thought that there was some tower defense in the Genshin, but hey, I'm up for it, and it could potentially be really cool. So I can't wait to see how that comes. I don't know the specific day that is coming. It could drop literally February 2nd or 3rd when Zhao drops, or it could take a little while because I don't think the actual lantern, the Chinese Lantern Day festival, sorry, is supposed to happen until like the end of February, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. But there are 2 more events that I want to quickly go over before this video ends, and the first one is the Overflowing Wealth Revelation. This event is amazing. This event is, I knew they would do this eventually, and I was waiting until they did it. I think they're going to do a lot of things similar to this in the future, but the first thing about this event, well, I guess the only thing about this event, is that it gives you 2 times or more rewards from Leylines. 2 times or more from Leylines. That's character XP and Mora. And this is only for a limited time. Number of times daily, excuse me. So this potentially only could be like 2 times. Even if it is though, it's still nice, you know. It's not something crazy, but it's just a nice thing that they have. I expect them to do stuff like this more often, and I expect them to do things like 2 times, 5 times more likely on your artifact increasements. You know, there's just like passive events that make, you know, quality of life much more reasonable and just manageable. So I expect them to do stuff like that more often, but this is really cool. I don't know when they're going to do this, but either way, I really like this, and I hope they do more of this in the future. And I know that wasn't really like a major event or anything, but it is still something that is happening, so I did want to cover it. And then this seems like a, I don't know what to call this one. This seems more like a, what's that event that's coming? The one where you deliver the guy the goods. It's a curious camera event, I guess. It's called the 5 Flushes of Fortune event. You use your camera to take photos, and you can take up to 10 photos per day, and each photo will randomly have a tint of color from yellow, red, purple, brown, and blue, and you just turn it into 5 photos, and you get a fortune trove. I don't really understand what that means, but it is basically a small mini event which could potentially give you some primo gems. You know, it's just one of those mini events that Genshin has that's really easy. It's like the food delivery event, except not hell on earth, you know. So this could really be a nice casual event that's people would like, because, you know, I don't know if anyone's ever actually taken the time to take photos in Genshin, but they're actually beautiful. Like, I do it sometimes for thumbnails and stuff, but it's crazy how good Genshin actually looks when you take photos of it. So this could be an eye-opener to some people. I mean, it could be just a nice change of pace from killing things, you know, just casually taking pictures. But that is going to be it, guys. There's 3 pretty cool events. You know, you could have your opinions on some of them, but I really think the tower defense game is going to be very interesting. I really can't wait for that one to drop. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll definitely catch you guys in the next one. Peace.